Hey everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Deep Dive Explorations. When I say special, what I mean is the episode where we find out how much I'm able to extract from the tiny world of Cage 1 Olympus Coliseum. Well, it's not going to be a long one, but there's still some stuff I'd like to mention, so let's quote-unquote explore this three-room world. Alright, so here we are in the Coliseum. Let's take a look around and see what we can see. I've obviously decided to start at the entrance/exit. I think the only other world that has a world exit is Traverse Town, so that's kind of cool, I guess. I really like the sky here, like just the brilliant blue with just a few wispy clouds. I always enjoy that sort of skybox whenever I see it in things. And just the whole appearance is very grand. The two big statues, of course, and even when you first arrive here, you see their little chests up on their elbows or something, and you use the Trinities to get them down, so that's quite fun. If you look up, you can actually get a hint. And yeah, you know, there's not much to it, but we can find some small little things to look at, I'd say. I mean, here we have the plaques. I already talked about these on my cool details video, the first one. I just like how they've all got all this detail about what the names of the waves are called, and you can see where you are. Here's the Hades one, of course, overlaid on top of the others, which, like I said, is exactly what he'd do. And that picture of him, by the way, is from the start of the film when he's given the sucker to Hercules. It's funny because it's not coloured in properly, so like it doesn't look like he's wearing his robe, so it kind of looks like he's just naked, which is a bit strange. But he is wearing his robe. There's a fun little detail over here on this pillar. You can see these like drawings of people in the games, I guess. But like there's a guy over there on the left really beating up one on the floor, like going for him. But we've got sword and shield. We got a guy clutching his like abdomen like he's been stabbed. Another person on the floor, someone who's won something. A sword and shield, you know, just random stuff like that. I don't know, I just really like the one of the guy absolutely wailing on a guy's face with his fist. That's just something else. If we take a peek outside of the Coliseum itself, there's not really much out there, just sandy banks. Kind of showing that this is in the sky somewhere. And I presume it's kind of like in Cage 3 when we see proper Olympus is up, similar place to that. Otherwise it's just a very random floating island. But yeah, that's kind of cool. And then I like how you can't jump on this, but when you freeze it, you can jump on it, so that's quite nice as well. It makes sense, but I don't know, it's just one of those little mechanical details that's quite nice. And yeah, there's the burned out thing that I mentioned before as well. You've got this nice green stone going there, just adds a little bit of colour to the otherwise very yellow, very brownish sort of Colosseum aesthetic. And under here, of course, we get a chest here. I've already got it by this point. And I don't want to show like, oh, here's where you get every single thing, because that's not really the point of these videos. It's just to come back and just take a look at stuff that's more permanent in the world, while also mentioning some things here and there that might have disappeared. There's Hercules looking proud, and then this, I do like this little thing. I mean, I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be showing. I mean, obviously it's showing some information to do with the games and like rankings, but obviously it's written in this fake Greek language, so I can't really tell. And then the pot has a H on it for Hades. That's cool, I guess. And if we actually look out of this window, yeah, you see there's a little whirly, swirly thing. I'm not really sure what to call it, but it's the sort of thing you see in Olympus, like you see it in Cage 3 quite a lot as well. There's only one of them here, because the rest of that's just the empty sand again. But there's a nice little one out there to just make it look a little bit less barren, I guess. And then what else have we got? Oh yeah, above the exit there's this picture that there seems to be a guy in armor, and then two maybe chimeras or griffins. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to depict. If you have any better guesses, let me know in the comments. But I think it's about time we went into the lobby itself. We've seen pretty much all we can see out here, I think. So here in the lobby, you might notice that the door's different on this side from the other side. So you do actually go through some corridor or something before you get to here. So there's that. And then here we have the cups. Obviously, they've got markings on them, like that's the Olympus stone, I assume. And then on the Hades one over here, we have the little swirly thing that he holds in his hands, like swirly flames. And then over here we have, yeah, just a shield on that because it's basic. And then the championship plaque, which looks like it just has writing on it like you'd expect a plaque too. You might know that Cage 2 mixed those two up. They got the Phil and the Pegasus ones all the way around. And we can't freeze that one either, so that's a shame. I have to check every single one now. But yeah, I mean, there's the rules, again, written in this language you can't read, but I like that it actually shows you those rules in a way that makes sense that people would be able to read them, not just in a game menu, so that's nice too. Now obviously we can't just run to the arena, like it just shouts at me saying do not enter. Well, we can see that there's a transition there from earlier, but we can't get through there with this message in the way on the rope, so... But it's nice you can still see it's called Arena. So what I'll do instead is just go there through a Coliseum tournament. That seems like the easiest way to do it. And I think I'll choose Rock Titan because I want to get on top of something high so I can just look around the outsides. So here's our good old leveling, our leveling trick with Rock Titan, but we don't need to level anymore. This is the nighttime version. I like how it does change, and if it's quite dramatic at night, if it's quite a difficult boss. Over here we have these paintings showing some Greek hero like Achilles or something, just someone dressed in your traditional Greek style. Let's just leave them to it with the Rock Titan over there. Up here is where we have audience members come through, I assume. Can't really see much through there, and even on top you can see the same, this triangle, you can see the same thing we saw earlier with those animals, those beasts. But not a lot in here, obviously, it's just an arena. There's the stars, looking very PS2 still. The big clouds, they're quite nice, I quite like those. Down here, next to the gate where enemies come through, we have like a moon, a crescent sort of thing. I don't know why, but that's there. Is that because it's night, or... I guess I'll check the daytime and see if that's the same. Yeah, that's about it for here. I'm going to jump on top of him. He's very nicely rested for me. And then, I mean, it's not like there's going to be anything particularly interesting outside there, but... Yeah, I mean, look, it's just you see all this anyway, like you can see the start area, but you see that when you start these rounds, it like pans up. But it's pretty cool to see in gameplay as well, I guess. And also there's what looks like torches on the top of the walls surrounding the arena, so there's that too. But otherwise, it looks like we've pretty much seen all we can see here. But I will say it's quite nice to see that, even though it's such a small place, they did try and make it seem real by having the entrance visible. So it didn't just seem like you're in the middle of nowhere suddenly with the arena. It's all connected, and there's a lower bit and an inside bit that you've just gone through. It makes a lot of sense. And I just noticed how much damage that Donald and Goofy have done to the Rock Titan. They've literally taken his health all the way down. Wow, that just shows how strong they are at level 100. It's actually crazy in this game. Yeah, as you can see, there's the entrance in the daytime. But is anything different in this version of the arena? No, I just saw the moons next to the gate, so that doesn't change depending on time. That's always just a moon shape there. I did notice one difference actually. The rankings board is here, which wasn't here in the nighttime version, so kind of cool, I guess. But that really is it, I think. Not a lot to see here, obviously, in the Coliseum, but I've tried to show you as much as I can. And so that's it for this shorter episode of Deep Dives. 3 rooms, not a lot to the Coliseum, but I do like the detail they put in and just making it really feel like the movie. Just making it feel like you're somewhere in the realm of the gods. Something that KH3 obviously continues and adds to by a lot. But overall, Olympus, it's not meant for level design, it's not meant for exploring. It's meant for doing arena matches. But there's still some nice things in there, and I like that they packed quite a few chests just into this one very basic room. Even though it's such a small room and there's not really like a lot you can do with it. With the use of trinities and using Blizzard on the candles and even that pot in the corner, they managed to put some treasures in there for you to find. So I do really appreciate that, and just the general aesthetic and the design work in general is all very nice. Next time, of course, we're going to do Deep Jungle. I know I did a video about Deep Jungle already. That's more about arguing why I think it's good, but this video is just going to be, of course, going through, exploring, looking at stuff. The usual fare. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.